Thero Sarnai, dear Dhamma friends. Sorry for the late. I had some technical issue. So Dhamma friends, as usually before start we invite Devas by saying the Aradhana stanzas. Samanta Cakkavalesu Atra Gaccantu Devata Saddhammang Munirajassa Sunantu Saggamokkadang Dhammasavana Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhammasavana Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhammasavana Kalo Ayang Badanta. So let's pay homage to our great teacher Samma Sambuddha all together. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Dhamma parents. I am Bhante Dhammalankara from Labanuru Kanda, Forest Monastery, North Central Province in Sri Lanka. Today we are going to discuss about another beautiful and important discourse preached by our great teacher Samma Sambuddha. Sutta name is Mahāpuṇṇama discourse, Mahāpuṇṇamasuttaṃ. That sutta is included into the Majjhima Nikaya, third book. Sutta number is 109. So I have given the link with the post, so you can go through with it. Dhamma friends, we can discuss with this discourse main two factors. First one, how to eradicate Sakkaya Ditti, Sakkaya, and how to eradicate the rest defilements. So the eradicating Sakkaya Ditti is very important. I think before start the discourse, I should explain about the Sakkaya Ditti. What is the meaning of Sakkaya Ditti? That is the bondage. That is the main bondage. You are born to this samsara. You are linked with this samsara. That is called Sakkaya Ditti. Sometimes, what is the meaning? So exactly. Wrong understanding about the body and the mind. Okay, that is how we can explain about that. Wrong understanding about the body and the mind. That is the very simple explanation. So that you have to eradicate that wrong understanding. So in this discourse we can see it. So this is how sutta is started. At that time, Blessed One was staying at Savatthi in the Pubbarama, in the eastern part, Migara's mother temple, Migara Matapasadi, Migara's mother temple. So then, Tenapopannasami, at that time, Buddha was sitting. Buddha was sitting in the open air. In the open air with large number of bhikkhus in a full moon night. In the full moon night. That is why this discourse is called Mahāpuṇṇama. Mahāpuṇṇama discourse. Maha means great, Puṇṇama means moon. So that is why this sutta is called Great Punnama Discourse. So then Buddha was sitting with a large number of bhikkhus, big sangha of bhikkhus. So among these bhikkhus, one bhikkhu, a certain bhikkhu, rose from his seat and said this to the Buddha: "Would the Venerable Sir grant me the occasion? I would like to ask a question." Then then Buddha said, "Okay, then you ask the question having seated on your seat." So he rose from his seat to ask question, but Buddha said, "Okay, ask the question having seated on your seat." Why? Because there were about 60 bhikkhus. All those bhikkhus are this bhikkhu is the teacher of them. This bhikkhu is the teacher of them. So when the teacher asking question, when the teacher discuss Dhamma by standing, the students can't listening and understand them in a calm mind. Therefore, Buddha said, "Okay, ask the question having seated on your seat." Then he asked this, the first question. So, Imenoko Bante Panchupadanakkanda. Venerable Sir, are these five clinging aggregates? Then Buddha said, "Yes." Then he said, that that bhikkhu said, "Venerable Sir, are these five clinging aggregates?" That is, those are Rupopadanakkanda. So form, clinging aggregates to the form, clinging aggregates to the feeling, clinging aggregate to the perception, sanya, clinging aggregate to the mental formation, sankhara, and clinging aggregate to the consciousness, vijnana. So he asked, "Venerable Sir, are these five clinging aggregates?" Then Buddha said, "Yes." Buddha repeated the same thing. "Yes, these are the five clinging aggregates." And again he asked, "Venerable Sir, Imenoko Bante Panchupadanakkanda Kim Mulaka." Venerable Sir, what is the origination for these five clinging aggregates? Then Buddha said, "Bhikkhu, Ime Nuko Bhikkhu, five clinging, Ime Nuko Bhikkhu Panchupadanakkanda Chandamulaka." Bhikkhu, lust and desire is the root. These five clinging aggregates rooted from the lust and desire. That is how Buddha pointed out the answer. That is how Buddha gave the answer. Again he asked another question. "Venerable Sir, Tam eva nuko bhante upadanam te panchupadanakkanda." And he asked again, "Venerable Sir, is Panchupadanakkanda, is five clinging aggregate itself upadana, or is five clinging aggregates separate from upadana?" This is the question. I think this question is very deep. So it is difficult to understand. Then Buddha said, "Bhikkhu, neither five clinging aggregates itself upadana, nor is clinging aggregates, five clinging aggregates separate from upadana." This is what the Buddha said. Yo panchupadanakkandeshu chandarago tantatta upadana. Is there any lust and desire for five clinging aggregates, that is the clinging there. Okay, that is very deep, difficult to understand. So that means if you have any kind, any desire, lust for the world, that is the upadana. For the things, for the world, for the you see something, you see. Sometimes you can think about your father, about your mother, about your life. So is there any if there are any kind of lust and desire for them, that is the uh, upadana for that. So however, it is very deep dhamma factor. Then he asks again, Venerable Sir, uh, he asks again, Venerable Sir, imenoko bante panchapadanakkanda, imenoko bante panchapadanakkanda chandaraga vematiko. So he asked this, Venerable Sir, is there difference in the lust and desire for the five clinging aggregates? That is what he asked. Venerable Sir, is there difference, lust and difference in the lust and desire for the five clinging aggregate? Then Buddha said, yes, Siya Bhikkhu, yes, Bhikkhu. Some bhikkhu think, someone think, I may have form in the future. I may have such a form in the future. I may have such a feeling in the future. I may have such a perception in the future. I may have such a perception in the future. I may have such a mental formation in the future. I may have such a consciousness in the future. Evam rupo syam anagata madhana. That is how in the discourse. So Buddha said, this is how lust and desire difference. This is the difference in the lust and desire for five clinging aggregates. Okay. Now again he asks. Now he asking a question, number of question, very deep practice. Again he asks this, Venerable Sir, Kittavata chapana bante kandanam kandadi vachanam. Now he asks, Venerable Sir, what is the meaning kanda? What is the meaning kanda? How can we explain about the kanda? Kanda means aggregates. Kanda, exactly load, large number of quantity. Quantity is the name for the kanda. Then Buddha pointed out this. Bhikkhu, yankinchi rupam atit anagata pachuppanna. Hinang va panitang va olarikang va sukumang va yandure santikeva ayam uchati rupakkandu. So Buddha pointed out, bhikkhus, whatever form, whether internal or external, and rough or subtle, inferior or superior, far or near, past, future or present. 11 kind of, Buddha pointed out, 11 kind. So these are the rupa kanda. These are the form aggregate of form aggregate. Okay, now you can understand what is the rupa, what is the form. So you can learn form as 11 points, 11 parts. In the same way, here Buddha pointed out, Yankinchi yakachi vedana atita anagata pachuppanna, past, future, present, internal, external, inferior, superior, rough, subtle, far, near, past, present, and future. This is the This Buddha pointed out. This is the uh, feeling aggregates. This is the feeling aggregates. Now you can understand about the feeling. So you have feeling. You can think about the feeling. So large number of feeling. Buddha divided into 11 parts. Again Buddha pointed out in the same way perception and mental formation and vijnana consciousness. So uh, yes, consciousness we can use that vijnana. Dhamma friends, in the now Buddha pointed out 55 part. So about the meaning as a meaning of the five clingings aggregates. Kandana kandadi vachana. How do we explain about the aggregates? So Rupakanda, Vedanakanda, Sanyakanda, Sankarakanda, Vijnanakanda. That is how Buddha explained about the about that five aggregates. So now, Dhamma friends, again that bhikkhu asked, Venerable Sir, he he asked, Venerable Sir, what is the origination? What is the origination? These five thinking aggregates. What is the origination? Five thinking aggregates. Konko bante hetuko pachayo rupa rupa kando panyayati. What is the what is the cause and condition for this rupa form? What is the condition? Why this form is arised? Why? How can we see this form? This form see because of the four great element. You can experience the form with the five clinging aggregates. That is the cause and condition for the form aggregates. What are them? Four great element: earth element and water element, air element, and fire element. Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vaya. And he asked again, Venerable Sir, what is the cause and condition? What is the cause and condition for the feeling? Then Buddha pointed out, passo hetu, passo pachayo, the contact is the condition, contact is the case for the passa. Contact is the case, contact is the condition for the feelings. In the same way, he asked, what is the Venerable Sir cause and condition for the perception? In the same way, perception is rooted because of the passa, contact. In the same way, he asked Venerable Sir, what is the cause and condition for the mental formation, sankara? So that is also passa. That is also rooted because of the contact. Contact means passa. So again, he asked, Venerable Sir, what is the cause and condition for the consciousness? What is that? The answer is, Buddha pointed out, Bhikkhu, the consciousness is rooted because of mentality and materiality. Nama, rupa. Nama, name, and rupa, form. Name and form. That is the cause and condition for the vijnana. So this is how this is the next one. This is the cause and condition for the five thinking aggregates. Okay. Again he asked this. Now this is the time he asked about the Sakkaya Ditti. Kittavatacha panabante Sakkaya Ditti hoti. How can we understand about the Sakkaya Ditti? Now this is very important. Uh, this is how Buddha explained. Ida bhikkave asutva putujjano aryanang adasami arya dhammya hoidu arya dhammi avinito. Bhikkhu, untaught ordinary person doesn't see the noble person, doesn't see the good person, sappurisa, and doesn't practice dhamma. Aryanam apoidu. He doesn't practice dhamma. So because of that, rupang attato samanupasati. Rupa. Now we discuss about the form. He think form as self. Untaught, ordinary, normal people think form as self, self as possessing form. Rupamantangva atta. Self as possessing form. So now exactly what is the reality of the form? This because of the four great elements. Now how the untaught ordinary person think? This is a self. He thinks form as self, self as possessing form, and form as in self. Attaniva rupa. Form as in self and self as in form. Uh, self as in form. That means self has a form. In the self, you can see the form. That is the meaning. That is the idea exactly. Attaniva rupa. So he fumbled these five clinging aggregates. Untaught ordinary person. Exactly in this world, every people do that. Every people think in that way. That is their view. What is the view? They think form as self. Rupam attato samanupasati. Otherwise, they think self as a possessing form. Rupamantangva attana. There is a simile, tree and shadow. Tree has a shadow. In the same way, form has a self. Form has a self. That is the nature of the untaught ordinary person. Some people, they don't think about the form, they think about the feelings. They consider feeling as a self, and they consider self as a possessing feeling, and they consider feeling as in self, self as in feeling. That is how people, untaught ordinary person, think. That is the root for the Sakkaya Ditti. That is the root for the samsara. Feeling, the misunderstanding about the feeling. He thinks in that way. Next one. Vedanang sanyang attato samanupasati. Untaught ordinary person think perception. Or how to explain perception? Exactly. Shape or recognition. So you can recognize something. So when you see some person, people, you can understand difference between two persons. So you can use the shape or the shape or color. So that is what we can. That is how we can introduce about the perception or sanya. So sanya attato samanupasati. He think that recognition, that shape as a self. That shape, that shape or that color as a self, or that sanya attani sanya vantangva attana. That means that perception uh, possessing feelings. Sorry, uh, uh, feeling, possessing perception. Sorry, feelings. Self. Sorry, Rupang Attato Samanupasati, that is the first one. Second one, Vedanang Attato Samanupasati, the untaught ordinary people think uh, feeling as a possession, feeling as self as possessing feeling, and uh, feeling as in self as in feeling. That is the thing. In the same way, some people think uh, some people think uh, perception as self, and in the same way some people think mental formation as self. In the same way some people think consciousness as a self. That is how untaught ordinary people think. Now, exactly when you think about your life, our life, we think in that way. How we depend on the rupa, we depend on the vedana, we depend on the sanya, we depend on the sankara, we depend on the vijnana. We depend on these five things: rupa, vedana, sanya, sankara, form, feeling, perception, mental formation, and consciousness. That is how you depend. That is how people depend in this world. Every people depend in that way. So that is the uh, bond for the Sakkaya Ditti. So then that bhikkhu asked, Venerable sir, kitta avatacha panabante Sakkaya Ditti na hoti. Venerable sir, how Sakkaya Ditti is not prevail? Then Buddha pointed out, in the Bhikkhave Suttava Arya Samaka, noble, learned, educated person, bhikkhu. Educated means in this case Dhamma. Well, Dhamma. So uh, he doesn't think that person Rupang Attato na samanupasati. He doesn't think that this form as a self. He doesn't consider form as self. He doesn't consider form as possessing self. He doesn't consider form as in self. He doesn't think form as form, self as in form. In the same way, he doesn't consider feeling as self as possessing feeling, and uh, feeling as in self as in feeling. In the same way, perception, he doesn't consider, in the same way, mental formation, sankara, he doesn't consider sankara as self as possessing sankara, self as possessing mental formation, and mental formation as self as mental formation as in mental self uh, uh, self as in mental formation. So he doesn't consider in that wrong manner. So then how can we practice? How can we practice? So you should understand, you should learn what is the form. So you can think about your body. When you think your body, what is this body made of? How? So you can understand about that. This is uh, this is the this is the four great element. So in the same way, you have to think about the feeling, how this feeling is arised, how this feeling is rooted because of the contact, passa. Uh, that is how you have to learn. So when you learn about these five aggregates, Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankara, so you will see these are not soul. These are not the soul. So when you understand these five aggregates are not soul, then you are free from the Sakkaya Ditti. So when you only the understanding, okay, first you should understand clearly, dumb friend. Now again that bhikkhu asked, Venerable Sir, what is the uh, then that bhikkhu asked, Venerable Sir, Konko Bante Rupas Asado, Ko Adino King Nisarna. Venerable Sir, what is the gratification of the form? What is the danger in the form of the form? And what is the escape from the form? Then Buddha pointed out, uh, Yo Rupe, Yo Rupe, Rupam Patichu Upajit Sukan Somanasam, I am Rupas Asado. Is there any happy or joy, happiness or joy in the form? That is the gratification of the form. And is there any so that is the gratification of the form. In the same way, then again ask what is the danger? Buddha pointed out danger. So this form is aniccan, dukkam, aniccan. This form is impermanent. That is the danger in the form. And yo rupe chandaraga pahano, chandaraga vinayo. Is there any removal and abandonment of the lust and desire for the form? That is the escape from the form. In the same way, Buddha pointed out about the in the same way Buddha pointed out about the he asked about the Venerable Sir, what is the gratification of the feeling, what is the gratification of the perception, what is the gratification of the consciousness, what is the gratification of the mental formation. In the same way Buddha pointed out, is there any any happiness for the in the same way Buddha pointed out, is there any happiness or joy about these five clinging aggregates? That is the gratification of the five clinging aggregates. Is there any so the impermanence of these five clinging aggregates is the impermanence of these five clinging aggregates is the danger in these five clinging aggregates. And again, is there any if there are any removal and abandonment of the lust and desire for the five clinging aggregates? That is the escape from the five clinging aggregates. So that is what the Buddha pointed out. So again that bhikkhu asked, Katan pana bhante janato katan pasato imasmincha saviññānake kāye imasmincha saviññānake kāye kāyecha bahiddacha ahinkara mamankara mananusaya nahoti. That is very important point, because in the previous part we discussed about the Sakkaya Ditti. So in this part he asked about the Arahantahu. So Venerable Sir, how can we what should we know to eradicate the ahinkara maminkara? Ahinkara means consight. Maminkara means desire or craving for the me. Ahinkara maminkara. Maminkara, I think you may have heard tanha manu ditti. Tanha means so tanha is connected with tanha is connected with etang mama. Etam mama. Etam mama. Eso hamasmi. Emesu attati. I think you may have heard about that particular phrase in the Dhamma. Etam mama. This is me. That is depend on tanha. Eso me atta. Etam mama. Eso hamasmi. Uh, this is me. The first one is etam mama is it is mine. This is mine. It is the belonging. It belongs to me. It is tanha. And eso hamasmi. It's me. That is mana, conceit. And eso me atta. Eso me atta means this is myself. So that part related to the Sakkaya Ditti. And after eradicate the Sakkaya Ditti, now you have to eradicate tanha and mana. Now how we do it? Buddha asks about that. So how do we do it? That bhikkhu asks about that. Katan janato katan passato. Having understand what, having seen what, we eradicate these five clinging these ahinkara maminkara, these tanha and conceit, the desire and the conceit for the five clinging aggregates. Now Buddha pointed out, bhikkhu, is there any so you should see in this way, this is not me and this is not myself. It's not me, it's not mine and not myself. That is how you should about the five clinging aggregates. That is what the Buddha's answer. So there are five clinging aggregates, form clinging aggregates of form, clinging aggregates of feeling, clinging aggregates of perception, clinging aggregates of mental formation, clinging aggregates of consciousness. So you have to eradicate tanha and mana. So the noble person think this is not me, that form is not me and it's not belong to me. It's not me, it's not belong to me. This feeling is not me, it not belong to me. Perception is not me, it not belong to me. Consciousness is not me, the mental formation is not me, it not belongs to me. And consciousness is not me, it not belong to me. That is how we can eradicate the conceit and craving. That is the path to the Nibbana. After eradicate, so we learn to eradicate the Sakkaya Ditti. So then we learn to eradicate the mana, and mana means conceit and craving. Okay. Now when this teaching is conducted, in this discussion is conducted, a certain bhikkhu think in this way. Very important idea, very important Dhamma factor. So he think exactly if this form is not self, feeling is not self, perception is not self, mental formation is not self, and consciousness is not self, then how these come as a result? He had this thought. So Buddha pointed out anatta. Anatta means it is not suitable to think. It is not suitable to think as atta, soul. Now, exactly, you also you will come across this kind of thought sometime when you think about this Dhamma. So Buddha pointed out about the karma. and the result, X and result. So how then, and on the other hand, Buddha teach about the anatta. Anatta means it is not suitable, uh, 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 suitable thinking, talk about the atta. What is the meaning? Exactly, Buddha did not teach about the permanent soul. We are the one who creating soul. We are the one who creating soul. Why? Exactly, form is impermanent. Form is impermanent, but we don't see form as a impermanent. We think this form is permanent. That is how we think today. Now, uh, that mentality, that mentality create create the journey, create the soul. So you have that mentality. That is with that kind of mentality. If you do any karma, in the same mentality, you have to suffer. You have to get the result. So the reality is the impermanent, but we don't see. That is what the teaching. So, but when we understand this Dhamma fumbly, so we can't understand clearly what Buddha's word. So then, when this Dhamma talk conducted, there were 60 bhikkhus. All those bhikkhus become arahantas after listening this Dhamma talk. So, Dhamma friends, I think now we discussed the most important Dhamma factors in this discourse. If you have any idea or question about this talk, about this discourse, please send me. So, Dhamma friends, we have live joiners today. Thank you, all of you. Janaki Amma, Janaki Balasuriya, Kumu, and Ryan Martin, and Manal, and I can't Amarantha, and Taino. So, Dhamma friends, I think you have to read this discourse. So, very important Dhamma factors. Main thing is if you want to eradicate the Sakkaya Ditti, so you can realize what is the form. That is the important thing. What is the form? Tanha, desire, create the sense of self. Both tanha and ignorance create the both tanha and ignorance create the uh, self exactly. So why that I am saying in that way? You can clearly understand this discourse. In the first part, we discussed about the Sakkaya Ditti. So, though you eradicate the Sakkaya Ditti completely, Tanha is still prevail. So that is why we should eradicate the tanha. So not only tanha, the ignorance, misunderstanding, wrong understanding about the five clinging aggregates uh, prevail the we the wrong understanding about the five clinging aggregates is the case, is the problem. That is what the lead we to the samsara. So therefore, tanha helps us to tanha help ignorance to create the self. So that is why uh, that is why until we become arahanta, tanha is act, tanha is prevailed. Bante, how can we practice to eliminate the feeling of being humiliated and you feel uh, devaluated? Okay, sorry for the late. How can we practice to eliminate the feeling of the being humiliated, and you feel uh, devaluated. So uh, I think this question is asking about the uh, when you practice about the uh, practice this dhamma, uh, can you explain about this? I can't correctly get the idea. What are you asking? Please. I can't get this. Please explain about this if you can. Joseph Emmond, Venerable Sir, could you speak of the not self of the Brahma Vihara? How is metta and the other divine about not self? So that is the question. That is the idea. Uh, Most probably, at that kind of bhikkhus arise in their mind when the Buddha preach about the not self. Not self mean anatta. We should understand this anatta according to the Buddhist teaching, but it is not the not. Not self means uh, there are no self. So that means uh, no life. So exactly understanding is the problem. So when you come across some animal, so you don't think that there is no animal there. That is not the teaching. Okay, that is not the meaning of the anatta. There is no animal, but the you are the one who create the animal with the form, feeling, perception, and consciousness, mental formation. With these things, we are the one who create the animal. So if we do not create the animal with the help of the ignorance, we can't we don't try to kill him. Okay, uh, because we because we have ignorance. With the help of the ignorance, we create the animal. So however, when the practice metta, when we practice metta, uh, we understand this process. How did we come this samsara? It is called exactly when you practice metta with the idea of develop the mind. That is a way. That is a way, or it is a part of the eightfold path. So you can practice it. So you can spread metta to the uh, uh, over the animals or the being. So but we have idea, why do I do this? To develop my mind. When you develop your mind, you can understand you can see the things really. So when you practice metta, finally you will understand, I am practicing, I am spreading the metta to the I am not I can't spread the metta to their life exactly. I can develop my mind. So that is how we can understand about the metta as a anatta practitioner. Bante, could you explain how is one become liberated by meditation on the body? Please. Okay, so you can practice about the body. So according to the, after understanding about the, first of all, you have to understand about the form. What is the how this form is made of? Because of four great element. Four great element. So if you can't understand about the four great element, according to the Satipatthana discourse in the Kayanupasana point stage, you can see you can divide your body into 32 groups. So when you think about the about when you understand when you understand about these 32 groups, 32 parts, you can practice that 32 part as a meditation. For example, head hair, body hair, kesa, loma, naka, nails, danta, teeth, tacho, skin, and mansang, flesh, naharu, news. In that way, you have to practice. You have to recite about those part. So you can check, is this head hair is a soul? Is this head hair soul? No. Is this body hair soul? No. Is this teeth soul? No. Is this uh, is the skin soul? No. In that way you can think. You can think all 32 parts. So that is how you can practice meditation on the body. It is exactly very simple method, but you can develop your mind in good position according to the Satipatthana discourse. Is the practice Sakkaya Ditti useful, helpful here? Yes, exactly. If you practice Sakkaya Ditti, how you should practice? If you want to not, you can practice Sakkaya Ditti. You can practice. You can practice about the without vipassana. When you practice form, when you practice vipassana, that means you see about the form correctly. You will see about the form correctly. This form is uh, this form is not a person. You have to understand this form is uh, this form is uh, earth element, water element, air element, fire element. In that way you can practice. When you practice in that way, uh, that help you to understand about the uh, Sakkaya Ditti. In the same way, feeling. This feeling, happy feeling, unhappy feeling, neither happy, neither unhappy feeling, pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling. In that way, you can first of all, before go to the second, the feeling, you have to think, you have to pay your attention about the form. It is easy. So you can divide the body as four great elements. So if you can't divide the body as four great elements, you have to divide as 32 part according to the Satipatthana discourse. Okay, so then you can practice it. It is helpful. I see the practice to eliminate Sakkaya Ditti more related to eliminate the idea of the self. When we have a very strong idea of self, but when you are feeling im- imperial, is this uh, practice useful? Yes, exactly. Uh, without without strong mind, we can't practice. We can't see the we can't see the in this manner. For example, if you feel about some people, this person is uh, most this person loved me very much. So when you see about some people in that manner, you can't think in this way. So this is a form, this is a feeling, this is a perception, this is a mental formation, or this is consciousness. When you feel in that, you can't. If you have strong feeling about some person or your body, your life, you can't uh, practice that vipassana. Okay, so if you want to, uh, if you feel that strong feeling about the body, so you have to practice uh, another thing, another way. So first you have to understand uh, about the impermanence of this samsara, impermanence of this life. You can consider about the world. Uh, you can consider about the impermanence of this physical world. So when you consider about the impermanence of this physical world, physical things, you can come to a conclusion this samsara is not suitable place. So after after you come to a conclusion, this samsara is not safe place to live. So then you can start. So then you can start practice. So exactly, if you feel strong feeling about some people, about someone, you can't uh, you can eradicate the Sakkaya Ditti in that kind of ideas. So first of all, you have to come to a conclusion about the samsara. So and you have to and uh, you have to develop your mind up to some level before start this vipassana. So in the Aneka Jati Sansaram, that stanza after awakening the Buddha uttered that he found the builder Tanha uh, and the house self. Is it? Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Uh, according to that it is called sammuti. Sammuti called that roughly. Buddha pointed out roughly. This is the incident. This is the process. But when you are going to practice, you have to uh, see the truth. That is the first, and that is called ignorance. Avijja pacca sankara. Avijja is the previous and the avidya is the previous and the basic uh, defilement. It is called mula klesa and basic defilement. So when read the roughly, you can see about the Four Noble Truth, dukkha satya, samudaya satya, nirodha satya, magga satya. So roughly, when we see the Dhamma, we have to we can see Tanna. We have to eradicate Tanna. So, however, uh, if you want to eradicate Tanna, you have to see the truth. What is the truth? The uh, the impermanence and suffering and uh, and anatta. Uh, so these are mutually connected. These teachings are mutually connected. But when we practice, you have to first see the truth. Okay, Dhamma friends, I think we discussed Dhamma and we collected so many merits by discussing uh, the Buddha's Dhamma. So, if you have any question about this, can discuss. So, I think it is time to wind up the Dhamma talk. Dhamma friends, now do Anumodana. First of all, most venerable Mahākadawala Sudassana Mahāthera and Mahāpuṇṇamasuttaṃ Nandaratana Thero and Kotmale Kumar Kasapu Thero, Bhikkhu Pesala, Bhante Sudasro, Ayasroma, all Bhikkhu around the world, and all live joiners with us today with discussing this Dhamma. Friends, let's transfer the merit to the Devas. Akasatthā ca bhummattā devānāgā mahidikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā ciran rakkantu buddha sāsanam. Akasatthā ca bhummattā devānāgā mahidikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā ciran rakkantu buddha sāvakam. Akasatthā ca bhummattā devānāgā mahidikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā bodhayantu sivam padam. So, Dhamma friends, let's before wind up the Dhamma talk, I give blessings to you. So take the blessings, keeping your palms together. Abhivadana silissa niccang uddha pacayino chattaro dhamma vaddanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayura rogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti minate samijjatu. Sevan Sarnai, all of you, good morning, good evening, good afternoon,